Hello there viewers, and welcome back to another video today here on Assetto Corsa. So you join me today for, well, my long-awaited first ever video on Assetto Corsa. Those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you would have heard me bang on about these videos for quite a long time, to be honest. But you join us today on Assetto Corsa, like I say, at the Nürburgring Gesamtstrecke. So we're at the 1967 version of the Nürburgring, which is a very, very good mod. Some of you may be familiar with it. One of the best mods on Assetto Corsa. This is my first time playing Assetto Corsa. Don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. Yeah, very much new to all this. Don't really know how to drive a H-pattern gearbox car either, so this is going to be quite interesting. Now this track, like I say, 1967 version of the Nürburgring, and it's the combined version, so it's kind of the predecessor to the 24-hour circuit. So yeah, those who aren't aware with the Gesamtstrecke, basically what you used to have with the Nürburgring is you used to have the Nordschleife, and you used to have the Südschleife. So the Nordschleife, everyone knows what that is, everyone's familiar with the Nordschleife, but the Südschleife, that's kind of what came before the Grand Prix circuit. So we're going to be driving around the combined circuit today. Yeah, going to be very, very interesting indeed. The cars that we're using today, I'm going to be driving a Shelby Cobra from 1966. Legendary car, one of my favourite cars of all time. I absolutely love that car. And we're also going to be racing against a bunch of Ford GT40s and a bunch of Ferrari 330 P4s. They're the two cars that went head to head at the Le Mans in the late 1960s. So yeah, going to be an interesting race. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, so you join me on the grid then, here at the Nürburgring, the late 1960s version. So, as the 5 lights come on, or 6 lights come on should I say, away we sort of go. A little bit boxed in now here. Well, completely boxed in, I can't get going here, as the AI is having a little bit of a meltdown. And now as we get going, on the run down to turn 1 here, at the Nürburgring Gesamtstrecke, legendary circuit this. Obviously, for those of you that are familiar with my channel, you'll know that this is one of my favourite circuits of all time, end of. On the brakes now for turn 1, trying not to go into the back of anybody. And now coming out onto the Südschleife. So dropping down, this is the section of circuit which you guys probably won't be familiar with. This section wasn't used too much for car racing. It was used a lot before the war, but not so much afterwards. It was mainly used for motorcycle racing after World War II. Gesamtstrecke, the whole combined circuit, wasn't used really at all after the war. You either used the Nordschleife or the Südschleife. It was very rare that the combined circuit was used in later years. Like I say, this Shelby Cobra, one of my favourite cars of all time. Absolutely love this thing. It's such a monster. 500 brake horsepower, 7 litre V8 from the 60s as well. That's one of them. Well, it makes it one of the most powerful road cars of its time. One of the most fastest cars going. It was so powerful. Such a phenomenal car to drive. A lot of fun to drive in Assetto Corsa as well. I've been playing this a lot recently. The last few days, this is all I've done basically. Whoa, there's a Ferrari! Whoa, he's exited stage right. What? He may be dead. He may have just died. Okay. Unlucky there, mate. Just completely cleared the fence then. The AI around here, it's good, but can be a bit prone to crashing. It's a mod track at the end of the day. It's a free mod this, so the AI are not going to be perfect. They are going to be a little bit error prone. Oh, trying to get through the bumps there. It should be flat out if you don't hit those bumps incorrectly, but no, I had to lift off there. Come up the hill, slight dab of the brakes for this right hander. Trying to go into the bushes. As you can see, safety at this point in time in the late 1960s was not paramount. This was not something that they cared about back in the 60s. Oh, we've got a driver retired already. That may or may not be the Ferrari. Braking for this tight right-hander. Can we sneak our way up at the inside of this Ford GT? Ooh, we're side by side. Just trying to look in the rearview mirror. Yep, we are clear. So now coming to the end of the Südschleife and coming up the hill, back up north, back up to the Nordschleife. So here we are then. Come back to the back of the pit lane. Just to the right there. That is where the Nordschleife joins the track. Oh, there's no 5th gear. Just remember that. Just wait to get 5th and there isn't one. Yeah, this is a car from the 60s. Doesn't have many gears. And now slamming on the brakes at the pit building on the right. Into this back left-hander. And you should now be familiar with the circuit. So coming up to turn 1 then, all the Nordschleife. Sabine Schmidt's curve, as it's now called. And now coming down to Hatzenbach. Hatzenbach back in the 60s was a lot tighter than it is now. So this right-hander here, that's often flat out nowadays. The downforce car, absolutely not flat out in this car. And now coming down to a very, very tight left-right section. First gear in this car is lethal. Don't really want to use it if I can help it. It's yeah, this car's got a lot of power and not much grip. Got quite a boggy engine as well, which means when you put your foot down in second, you don't necessarily have power to begin with. Now coming out of that section, now coming up the hill towards the Flugplatz, and well, in a minute we're about to get a lot of air. So in 3, 2, 1, and lift off! Hey! Whoa! No! 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 Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. No, nothing to see here. Definitely didn't just take off into into space. Right, okay, we've got some places to make up then. Looks like it wasn't just me that made a mess of that either. Looks like there's a few other cars. Right, we have to make some of those places back up there. We started 27th for the way. And there are 32 cars, so I would suggest we're down in about 30th now. Now coming down into Arenberg for this right-hander. It's pretty similar nowadays, to be honest. This section hasn't changed all that much. And now through Fuchsfurt. I'm still very much new to this, by the way. Very new to Assetto Corsa, very new to using a H-pattern gearbox. Very new to it, indeed. And now for Adnar Forst. Take it nice and easy. Don't want to be spinning this thing. You've just seen through the Flugplatz how easy it is to lose this car. And having a certain death. Now coming down into this double left-hander. No Rebel Tree on the left. Rebel Tree did not exist back in the 1960s. Those of you who are familiar with Jimmy Broadbent's videos will know what I'm talking about. And now, oh, I've got the low sun now. I've got the time of day multiplier. Got that set to times 60, so it should be evening pretty soon. Now coming up to hit miss. Really like this section of circuit. It's really good fun when you get it right. Oh, don't hit that bank. Whoa. Oh, looks like it's not just me that's made a mess of that. Bushes, hello. There's a, oh, that's a second-hand looking 4GT there. That's not looking too healthy. Made up one position at least. Oh, is there a pile up in front? I think there is, you know. I can see smoke. Oh, there's a 4GT facing the wrong way. Okay, don't mind if I do. Take a few places there. I think I may have a little bit of damage as well from going into the bushes just then. Steering feels a little bit off. Now coming down to the bridge. And now up to this really tight right-hander. I've never liked this section of circuit. I've never liked it at all. Always been a tricky section of circuit. Still is to this day. Going over that crest. Now coming to the Lauda kink. This is when Niki Lauda had his crash in 1976. Went exit stage right and up that bank up there. And now into Bergwerk. Late apex through here and then get on the power for the run up the hill. Now this is super scary, this section. Super duper scary. You can take the whole thing flat out if you get it right, but ugh, it is difficult. Oh, there's a 4GT40 on the left. These 4GT40s, they're not having a great time, are they? Oh, don't go on the grass, don't go on the grass. Oh, nearly died, nearly died. Nearly suffered the same fate as that Ford then. Now coming over the jump, braking it as soon as you take off. And into the right-hander. Put it down into third gear. And through this super scary corner, through this left-hander. This is such a scary corner nowadays. Always has been. Now this right-hander is a lot tighter than it used to be. As proven there. You've got to significantly brake for that. Now coming up towards the carousel. Got a Shelby Cobra in front of us. We must be about 25th, I think, by now. Carousel, I actually used to prefer it. I prefer this version. Looks quite a lot nicer. Hasn't changed much though since the 60s. And now out the carousel, coming up into the best section of circuit in the world, bar none. This is such a brilliant section. Cool. It's got gradient, it's got flow, it's got everything to it. And into header's hook. I am just reading the corner names on the side of the circuit, by the way. I don't actually know the name of most of these corners. My knowledge is not that good. No curves to attack here. Usually you'd be mounting the curves through there, but nope, just grass. And now through this right-hander and into the left. This is so good. Such a good section. And now we are into YouTube corner itself. So this is part 1. And then over a jump which no longer exists. And there is YouTube corner itself. So hello there, YouTube. Well, I kind of already am on YouTube, but anyway, hello everybody. And now into this late apex left-hander. Now this section here, a lot tighter than it used to be. I haven't yet managed to take this section without going off into the trees. And that's no different. Keep the revs up, keep the revs up. Don't hit anyone. Yep, that will do. That will do. Didn't see anything. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Definitely didn't mess up that section for the God knows how many times. I need to learn how to take the jump. There's a nasty drop through there, which I still haven't got my head around. And now over the crest. Oh, there's a Ferrari off to the left. You can see this race is a bit of a race of attrition. It's only a 1-lap race, but there's a lot of people dying, myself included. Got very low sun now. Oh, those graphics are just so good. I hope the picture quality is alright, by the way. It should be in 2K, this recording. Should be better than the normal 1080p videos that I normally make. Oh, we've got Shelby Cobra right behind us. Gonna have to push here into the mini carousel. Only got a few corners left now. Can be on the tossing a hoe in a second. Through Golden Conf. And floor it! Hey, onto the tossing hoe. Right, it's going to be a drag race now. We've got 2 cars right behind us. If I look behind, yeah, I think they're both Shelby Cobras, so we shouldn't be beating here, hopefully, on this straight. Dotting Hoe, lots of... Wait, as we get a little bit of air there. A lot more hilly than it used to be. Than it is nowadays, sorry. Nowadays, this is quite flat. Yeah, it didn't used to be back in the days. You can see, yeah, a lot of gradient here. Now coming into a nice Antonized bush. Very tricky corner this. Going to give it a dab of the brakes. You can maybe take that flat out, but nah, no, I'd rather not die. I prefer not dying today, you know. And now coming down into Tiergarten, hard on the brakes, down into second gear for the chicane. Oh, looks like we've just found another car off of the circuit. Looks like he may have outbraked himself into Tiergarten. So as we exit then the final corner and come up to the start finish line, that is a lap of the Nürburgring Gesamtstrecke. Not the best lap in the world, I admit, but a lap nonetheless. And yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy watching that video. My first attempt at an Assetto Corsa video. Yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. Next up will be more Assetto Corsa videos. Looking to get lots of things in the near future. Looking to get a VR headset. I'm looking to get a Clubsport Universal Hub so that I can have a circular steering wheel, because this is, to be honest, quite silly using a Formula rim for a Shelby Cobra. Also looking to get a proper camera as well, just filming using my iPhone today, so yeah, looking to get a proper camera in the near future. So yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy watching that video. Like I say, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. So, goodbye.